What's up, fellas? This is another episode of the Beer League Beauties. We got a beauty from South Carolina. He's a natty champ. Congrats on that, man. And
Thank you.
welcome on the Beer League Beauties.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here. Looking forward to a good pod here.
Fucking rights, baby. Let's go.
Good night.
Um, this episode is sponsored by Gladiator Energy. It's a healthy energy drink that me and my buddy made. We got three flavors. We got orange citrus, we got tropical, and we got black cherry. It's an energy drink with no sugar, no preservatives, and 0 calories. It's got creatine in there, so it's going to fuel you. We'll definitely have to get down to South Carolina and give you some.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Need it.
Fucking right. Good, clean energy right here. Just the shit. Give us a follow, eh? Um, so my guy, he just won the Natty Chip. How was it, dude? From on ice to after.
Oh, it's been a whole the past couple of weeks have just been a complete whirlwind. I mean, just from the way the season ended to the whole national championship to the events after, it's been the best past couple of weeks of, my entire life, the most fun. I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit later, but yeah, just that whole run. I mean, we were kind of a Cinderella story going into listening before to the AAU podcast. We were picked in no one's bracket to win it. We were kind of a dark horse. Kind of had a shitty end of the stretch of the season there. We dropped a couple ones to a couple fraudulent squads, but we ended up getting the job done and couldn't be prouder of the boys and fuck, best feeling in the fucking world.
Yeah, dude, that looked unreal. I mean, you guys winning the chipper. I mean, Cock Hockey was born to win a fucking chipper. So,
Born.
you definitely brought hockey to, Columbia. That's
Yeah.
pretty sick, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Congrats on that, dude.
Thank you, man. I
Um,
appreciate it.
so who's your rival? Is your rival Clemson?
Yeah, so we actually have two rivals. It's Clemson and Georgia. I'd give the upper hand to Clemson just because we do that little Palmetto Cup series, which we have a separate trophy with. So how that works is we play them 3 times in a season, and it's a best of three. So whoever wins 2 games gets the hoist. We have a separate trophy for that. I don't think they beat us once in the past 7 years now. It must be so. I got to sit out on the porch on that one. But yeah, but that third game we always play them at Bon Secours, the cheese toast arena where I think the Swamp Rabbits play.
Yeah.
So that game's always a blast. I think this year, I think we had almost 3,000 people at the game. So, and I mean, it's always such a blast to play in every year. I mean, you always know going into Clemson. I know they're a D2 program, but they put up a fight every time. It's always, especially with us, we don't really blow teams out of the water. For whatever reason, we like to make sure that games are always closer than they need to be. So, and obviously with Clemson being our rival, it's just a dog fight every time, just fights. It's always a gritty game. You got to play with a chip on your shoulder. But yeah, I mean, we got the upper hand. I think beat them the first game 6-2 and then went into OT. That was a tight game. I mean, I think we scored with like 3 minutes left to tie and then quick one in OT. So yeah, like I said, Clemson there, obviously being in South Carolina too, 2 hour drive away.
Hmm.
Classic rival. And then Georgia too, for whatever reason, us against Georgia. I mean, you talk about high level, just gritty hockey. I think we've played them the last 5 games we played them have been 1 goal games. Um, every kid on that team just, you could score a goal and you skate by their bench and you're still getting chirped even if you're up 2-0 and the kids are just after the whistle, shot right to the side of the chest or someone will give you a little stick behind the kneecaps. Like it's just a grind and yeah, I mean, shout out to those guys. I mean, it's always those are the games you look forward to the most. I mean, it's always the best hockey. And they also, I mean, as well as we did, they also have a great student section too. And they had that little outdoor place too that we sometimes play at. And that's a cool little, they call it the Winter Classic or something out there. So it's a cool little setting to play out there. But yeah, I'd say those two, Georgia and Clemson, are probably our top 2 rivals.
Yeah, Georgia's got a pretty cool setup with that, the Winter Classic out there. Did you
Yeah.
play in that game?
Yeah, I did. I actually played in that game. So, I mean, it was a pretty cool environment. Ice is a little soft, not great ice, but I mean, the whole setup that they have out there is just, I mean, it's one of a kind, especially in the South too. You wouldn't expect anywhere to have a little outdoor setup like that. So it's always pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't gotten a chance to play I think they have a conference center, so they play the other rinks.
Yeah. Where they do the light show.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, and now next year we got to go into their barn, and I think they got some new, 5,000 seat barn, which is going to be a
Yeah.
circus to play in. So
Yeah. And they'll fucking somehow pack it out. Like,
yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But I think I guess with I don't know if it's a coast or an SP team that's going in there, but I think they're saying that like we can only play on like Thursday nights or something like that. So I don't know what the turnout of that's going to be. I mean, obviously the first couple games on campus with a new barn, I'm sure
Yeah.
they're going to pack it. But yeah, I'm really pumped to. I think it should be going. It should be up and coming this year. So
Yeah. That'll be
Mister,
fucking
hop in.
steep.
You got. Oh, we got the couple of the boys showed up. So but yeah, like I said, I mean, pumped for that. Should be cool. So see.
Yeah. So here's another question. So when you're in these rivalry games, what kind of chirps are you throwing out?
Oh man. I I'm more of a guy that just comes whatever it's just whatever straight to the dome. I mean, I mean, playing in club hockey down here, I mean, you got guys from wherever, so you just hear some absolutely obscene things. But I'm more of just like this year I think I was either second or third in the league in PIM, so I'm more the guy that just skates in the scruff. I'm like, you fucking want it, buddy? You fucking want it?
That's
So
awesome.
I'm more of that guy, but I mean I'll get into it. I'll get into it a little in front of the net or off the bench, or if it's a late hit or something. I mean
Yeah.
I'll have a couple words of choice, but
Yeah.
more just keep that. We got Riggs right here. Riggs, hop in. What's your good? This is the MVP. It's John Riggins right here. This is the MVP of the
Let's
tournament.
go, champs, baby.
So
How are you?
Pretty good.
The diesel rig. How are we?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
What's your go-to trips? You
Ah, I don't know. I just normally tell him, I'm gonna be like, buddy, I'm
What-
just gonna kill you. Like,
we're we're mainly just trying to find usually you catch a little bit of the bigger guys out there, and you're just like, oh, buddy, like, it's like this is fucking this is a club hockey, and it's not fucking it's not fucking Dunkin' Donuts,
this year, no, you asked the kid if his mouth guard was cheeseburger flavored.
Oh yeah, the guy with the flavor and mouth guards. You get up to him, and you're just like, "Hey, buddy, is that fucking cheeseburger flavor?" And then
Oh
they
my
always
God.
have a feel.
He got the ref going after because the ref blew the whistle and stopped the play and was like came over and like yelled at the benches for like chirping each other. And then like the ref's like standing there like after he's like next word, like gets a penalty, and like he leans over in the ref's ear and he's like, yeah, like doesn't 5-1 wear a swim shirt when he goes to the pool? And then the ref just started dying laughing after he just reamed out both benches for like chirping and like in front of this kid's face that just like is sitting right there too.
Or you get the
Getting
guy
right.
with a bunch of acne and just be like, "What's up, pizza face?" That's always a classic because it just fucking ruins them.
Or you
Yeah, I love getting the bigger guys.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
what's up, you
classic.
fucking mobile meatball?
It's
Eat a fucking
classic.
salad. Get
It's
a meal
classic.
plan.
It's classic because they chirp you back like, "What do you chirp me back about that?" I'm like, "In shape?" Like,
Yeah.
come on, buddy.
Yeah, what are you gonna say, buddy? Hit the fucking treadmill.
Yeah.
Stairmaster or something.
Yeah.
go for a walk.
Or another one is the classic, you fucking fuck.
Drew Doughty.
Just rip them.
Yeah.
But you've been in the minors for how long? You're still in the fourth line.
Go dye your hair. What a guy.
Fucking
He
classic.
did a couple times going around making the pigeon noise.
Yeah, that's always classic too. You skate around. Give him a little one of those. That I just
Yeah.
awesome. But no, that's part of club hockey too, that you don't really get a chance to. Not that I don't think they don't chirp in Division I hockey, but I think it's more kind of shit flies in club. I mean, you just kind of say
Yeah.
funny shit. And guys, at the end of the day, you're probably gonna go out to the bar after the game and see them
Yeah.
there. So it's all fun. It's all fun
It
and
is.
games.
It's all fun and games, but I do think the chirps are a little bit more personal because you don't know who the fuck you're playing.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
just show up and you look at somebody and you're like, dude, you're an ugly fuck. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no chirping about play because you don't know who any of these kids are because
Yeah.
you're not doing homework. There's no like
Yeah.
you're not looking up these people. Like so it is
Yeah.
literally just about like you. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, how did it feel like you guys get to that championship game? Like, what are your intentions? Are you like, holy fuck, can we win this thing? And how'd it feel when you were coming to those moments of we're gonna win it?
Yeah, so I'll leave it to him to talk for most of it, but just from my perspective, we knew, like I said on the AAU podcast, we were the second best team in the pool. So for people that don't know how it works, is there are 4 pools, 16 teams, and the best team in each pool advanced. So it went straight to semifinals. You played each team in your pool once, whatever team with the best record advanced, then it was straight to semis to the championship. And we were the second best team in our pool. Our pool was us, Niagara, Fairfield, and Fordham. And we had Fairfield, Fordham first. Beat Fairfield 3-2 in OT. This kid had all 3 goals. And then we go into Fordham, wax them. And then Niagara was the big test. And we ended up winning an OT. Riggs had a nice apple there. But we knew we got matched up against Tampa in the semis, and we knew kind of before that game, we all told each other, whoever like this was the championship game for us because we had never beaten Tampa before. So we were like, if we can get through this game, like it's no one's fucking stopping us, and he can take over here. But
Yeah, like I think it was just when you look at we were looking at the rest of the breakdown of the pools and like seeing who's playing who, like all the scores and stuff. Because you don't really know the northern teams much when you're from the south. But when you're watching like the breakdowns on who's playing who, when we got to the final four, we're sitting there, we're like, whoever wins this game's winning it all. Like there's this final championship game, whatever it is, like that semis was a championship game. There was really there's no way anyone on the other side of that bracket was gonna beat either one of those, the Tampa or USC, like in that final game. So that you won that semifinal game against Tampa, which was a crazy game. It was
Yeah.
back and forth the whole time. It was a really fun game to play, and they played a really great game. But we got to that final, and it was like half your body was already back in Columbia. Like, all right, we're getting after it. And then the other half was like, oh shit, we can't sell right now because we just did all this work right now. So it
Yeah.
was like you knew you controlled your own destiny there. Like it was, you show up and you play at close to how you can play, you're gonna win. That's what we did. We didn't really play a great game that day against Buffalo at all. Like it was probably one of our worst games, I'd say, that we've
yeah,
done.
yeah, it wasn't great. But at that point, 5 games in 5 days,
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a toll on your body. I mean, we got guys that are hurt. And guys are just banged up and you're kind of just going through the motions. So, I
I
mean,
can tell you my first period, I felt like I was fucking quicksand.
well, yeah, I mean, they tucked that first one and I was like,
Oh shit.
yeah, we were like, oh shit. But I mean, talking to the guys after, I mean, there was no panic on the bench. No one panicked. I mean, we knew, I mean, not to discredit Buffalo, but I mean, the 2 games we just came off of, I mean, we looked unbelievable and we
Yeah.
knew if we stuck to the game plan and played our game, I mean, they were getting blown out of the water and that's what happened.
Yeah. Fucking right. South Carolina boys come on top.
Yeah,
Oh,
always.
It's awesome, fellas. Congrats on that.
Thank you, man.
So here's a weird question. When you guys are on the bench, are you guys a sitting bench or are you guys all standing?
I mean, when you talk about our
Such a
bench,
mix.
it's such a mix. I mean, the only time guys are standing are usually to ream each other out for something they fucked up on during their shift. I mean,
Mhm.
that was our problem this year is our bench looked like a fucking war zone. I mean, straight from fucking 1942. It's fucking brutal, dude. I mean, you turn the puck over, you get back to the bench, and you just have 8 guys. You fucking kidding me, man? What the fuck was that? And you're just like, oh shit. And that's one thing we actually had to fix. We actually called a team meeting and towards the end of the year, because I mean, we realized that I mean, like if we were gonna win a natty, like there's like we had to cut that bullshit. Like
Mhm.
it was just fucking, it was getting out of hand. And so yeah, I mean, that's why I say it was half and half. And I mean, I guess towards the end, I mean,
It
I
was
guess you could
it
say
was a
that.
lot of, I think towards at nationals for majority of it, it was a lot of up because standing and stuff because we were throughout the year we were a terrible start, like a start of the like to start the game, we were terrible. Every
Mhm.
almost what, we just like 90% of the games this year.
Yeah, I
We were
mean,
awful starting, and Nationals was like, we knew like the key for us was our start, that like, because everyone kept calling us like comeback kids through the whole year. Like we would have like we would be down like 4-1 going into the third and win like 5-4 in OT. Like we would just like turn it on for like 20 minutes, and that 20 minutes would just be good enough to.
yeah,
Yeah.
just good enough to get over the edge.
So we were like, if
Yeah.
we could just do that from period one, like, man,
Yeah.
that'd be crazy. Like how like 3 periods that would be. So
I
I think
mean, yeah.
we did that, standing up, energy going from period one, and it definitely helped at Nationals.
Nice, man. So how'd it feel hoisting that cup trophy?
How for you? Your
Yeah,
shoulders are buckled.
yeah, I mean, I was a fucking Band-Aid towards the end of the year, but yeah, I mean, it was just fucking, you just black out in that moment. I mean, like when you lift that thing up, dude, it's just everything. I mean, come from my perspective, I've never won a championship in anything, so I've always been just knocking on the door, and just to finally be able to see the boys get it done, it's just a feeling that, I mean, is you just can't even fucking put into words. It's just so unbelievable. It's everything you worked for. Um, yeah, and it was just so awesome to have. I mean, the friends, family, and support that we had there too, that traveled all the way from South Carolina, was just fucking unbelievable. I mean, I would say we probably the most people there.
Our section was packed.
Our section was packed during the game, and it was just so
Wow.
awesome to see the support we had.
So you guys had a student section at the chipper?
Yeah. You could say a student section filled
A lot
with
of alumni.
filled with a lot of Labatt Blues and double tequila transfusions. I noticed was the common drink.
Nice. Fucking right. Um,
That was
and
you.
um, so for what kind of gear do you guys get?
Yeah, so we're sponsored by Verbero. So for everyone that doesn't know what that is, they're mainly intact with club hockey, and they sponsor a whole bunch of teams, especially down in the college hockey south. And they just do an unbelievable job. I mean, they make you feel like you're part of like an actual, NCAA pro level team. They deck you out. I mean, everything from our gloves, our jerseys, shells. They even do. I mean, we have a bunch of guys with custom sticks on the team now. Um, yeah,
Jerseys are sweet.
jerseys are sweet. I mean, obviously last year, I mean, it's kind of hard not to like the Blackhawks jerseys. I mean, jersey of the year for a reason. Yeah, hence the crazy comments that I'm sure y'all could put together. But yeah, I mean, they do just an unbelievable job, and they've been a great partner to work with, and I mean, they just take care of us. I mean, just as any other, high caliber Division I team, pro level team. So,
Well,
shout out Verbero.
yeah, shout out to them. They're beauties. I had the owner of Verbero on for an episode, so he gave me the whole rundown on that and stuff, and
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
heard about you guys. So
Yeah, it's awesome what they're doing over there.
so what kind of jerseys do you guys get? Can you give me like a rundown of each color and what it has on the jersey?
Yeah, so we do so our home and away is just the just the white and garnet, and it's just got the Gamecocks that go down the side. Pretty basic
Well,
jerseys.
the Garnet has Carolina.
Yeah, I mean they're cool. I mean, and then we have the our alternate is the Blackhawks jersey that we use. And we'll break those out for any like rivalry, like a Clemson type game, Georgia type game, or any big event that we're playing in.
Big time Friday night games.
Yeah. So we'll rip those out, and then we usually, I think it's every 2 years we'll get a new jersey that we'll incorporate. I know this year we had Ribeiro helped us out. We paid homage to the old coast team that was here, the Columbia Inferno. So we had those.
Oh
We
yeah.
had we called them the Firecock jerseys. Had a little flame, and that was for our first responders night. So we did that, and those auctioned off like crazy. I mean,
That was nuts.
I mean, my own family couldn't even, bid on my own jersey. They're trying to bid, and once it hit 400, they're like, "Hey, we ain't paying we love you, but we ain't paying $400 for that."
Yeah.
Um,
That's awesome.
but
dude.
yeah, those jerseys went like nuts. And then I think next year, without hinting too much, I think we're doing something similar to the black jerseys, but in a all white color scheme with possibly white helmets. So we're hinting at an all white out, which would be, I think, would be fucking so sick.
You said without
It'll
saying
be,
too much.
I mean, on the design of the jersey, we're still trying to figure that out, and that'll be a surprise for everyone. But it's going for a whiteout theme, and I think when those drop, those are gonna fucking kill the market. So
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Whiteout, you can never go wrong.
never go wrong.
That's pretty steezy. Like I'm assuming, you got the buckets, maybe the gloves in there. Or
Maybe we'll hope. We'll see what the team president Ribeiro got cooking up over there. But I'm
yeah,
hoping. I mean, it should be pretty sweet. Although it is gonna be hard to one up those Blackhawk jerseys. I mean, those things have done phenomenal numbers for us and a lot of recognition. So
yeah, jersey of the year.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Um, so do you guys have any superstitions like yourselves before games?
Me, I don't know. I'm just big on like hydration. That's really it. So I always have to drink like certain amounts of water bottles at certain times of the day. So like I'll always have like a water bottle like next to my bed when I fall asleep. So I can't get out of bed until I finish it. And then like have to have like one with my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then two before the game. And then my other superstition is to literally just not think about the game whatsoever at all. And
Yeah.
then I get dressed when there's 7 minutes until game time to have to touch the ice.
Mhm.
And coach doesn't really like that one a lot. He
Yeah.
walks in the locker room and he's like, "Boys, are ready to go?" And I'm just like sitting there like
Sitting there in his jock.
Yeah.
just doing nothing. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine, don't worry."
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only thing I do before game days is at 3 o'clock. I'll go to a little Italian restaurant down the street here called Zaz, and I'll get a chicken parmesan, pasta salad, and a Shirley Temple before every game. It's
Right on.
got to be that exact order. I'll probably get some chips for it, but
Shirley Temple's
it's
crazy.
got to be a little sugar in the bloodstream. Will get the boy going a little bit. But yeah, that's my only superstition. It's got to be the parmesan, pasta salad, and the Temple.
This kid
That's a new
loves
one.
superstition. He lives and dies by it. He like every day he's like, the boy's gonna come join me at Pizzazz or no?
Even
Like,
if even if
team tradition.
even if no one wants to go, I'll be sitting there by myself, and
He
I'll
just
just
send us like a lonely selfie by himself. He's like, yeah, thanks for coming, boys. Like,
It's unreal. Shirley Temple. All right, fellas. So all right, let's switch it over. So those are sick hats, by the way. Holy fuck. Just
yeah.
recognize that. Fucking rights, boys. All right, so we got 9 minutes left, so I'm gonna try to squeeze out a couple questions here. So let's switch it over from hockey to football. So Cox football, what's an SEC game day like? Waking up. How do you do it?
Fuck, do
what are
you,
we doing? What time game?
yeah, we got to clarify what time.
7 p.m.
What time?
game or
Is it a
what?
7 p.m. or is it a 12 p.m.?
Yeah, it's a 7 p.m.er.
So what all the boys, we have I'll send you a picture, but at the hockey house here, we have a bar outside in the backyard, a full
yeah.
custom bar. We have a full custom bar built, 2 TVs out there, all decked out and everything. So we usually get all the boys over there.
Time like 11.
Yeah, probably like 11, 12. We'll start getting the beverages flowing, play some cornhole, do some play whatever back there. We'll get all the boys together. And then we actually have at South Carolina, we have these things called golf carts, or we have these things that they're like golf cart shuttles. So they'll have different kids designated, and you just text them, and they'll come to your house. They'll pick you up, and they'll take you. Which is, I'm sure you've heard about the fraternity lots. That's an absolute circus. That's what the fraternity lots is. It's right across from the football stadium. It's pretty much every fraternity at South Carolina, and it's just
It's basically a huge rave.
it's a huge
Yeah.
rave. It's just a mosh pit of 50,000 people. So we'll get a golf cart from here down there, and then have a couple sodas over there and have a good time. And then if guys are able to make it to the game, some guys will shoot in, other guys will go to the bar, and then
Stay at the bar and
other guys will just hit the sack early and claim
Yeah.
they're retired. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's about it.
Good shit. That's good. That's good game day right there.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And so at 12 o'clock, are you guys ripping early in the
7
morning?
a.m.
7 a.m.
Started up.
Start it up, try and get the first one down. And if it goes down smooth, then it's game on from there. And if not, you're nursing for a couple
You're a
hours. And
big mimosa guy on the 12 o'clocks.
yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
whatever's going down easiest is the best way to get your morning started on a 12 p.m. game. So
Yep. Couple doses, mimosas. Keep going.
Nothing like a
Um,
9 a.m. rave at the frat
Yeah.
lots.
Yeah, no, like Kentucky, dude, the guys were going at 5 a.m. Like people
It's-
in RVs and shit, it's fucked.
Oh, yeah.
no,
leave
not for me. My eyelids don't open till at least 7,
That.
if that.
And so I don't know if it's like an SEC like ritual with all the guys. They all wear the collared shirts, like the Nike collared shirts. Is that just
Yeah.
a SEC thing?
Uh, I mean, here in South Carolina, you'll get more like Vineyard Vines, Southern Tide, or like Peter Millar polos, and you'll have all guys either that khaki shorts or
It's like such a game day
long
thing.
khakis. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I kind of like it coming from the north. I mean, coming
Yeah.
down here, it's a different way of, it's a different way of life, I guess. I mean, it's pretty cool if you've never seen it before, but I mean, I've started to pick up on it a little bit. You get guys with the jeans and cowboy boots and all that stuff, but.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes it
different.
sort of look bad.
Yeah, it does. I mean, everyone's looking good, so and the
Yeah.
girls are out there in full dresses, so
Buzzing, yeah.
yeah, I can't complain.
Yeah. I mean, so where are you from up north?
So I'm from Washington D.C. Wouldn't really call it up north, but north of here. Riggs right here. He's from Long Island, so
Oh, nice.
yeah. I mean, I grew up playing Team Maryland my whole life, and then went to Michigan State for a year, and then shuttled it down here for start playing hockey again. So.
Nice, dude. Did you play hockey up there?
No, no, no. As soon as my 18th year ended, I wanted to play the whole juniors out and shit hit the fan. And then I was like, all right, just go to school. And then I was at school and then cock hockey just kept coming up on my TikTok For You page for like a week. And then I came down actually coincidentally and just visited a buddy, not even for hockey, and had the best weekend of my life. And then I was like, fuck it, I got to come here. And I transferred kind of as a joke, or I applied as a joke and got in. And I was like, shit. I was like, I think this is the place to be. Like, I was having much more fun just in that one weekend than I did at State. So,
Yeah.
and it was meant to be, and it was the best decision I've ever made.
It's kind of crazy how like I had the same story, same ending, like being here with like seeing our social media, but like a different route. Like I did the whole junior hockey route. I played D3 for a year, and then I'm sitting there at D3, like seeing cock hockey, and I'm like, man, this looks like a blast. Like playing in front of like 45 parents and a janitor in D3 and like -6 degrees in February in Boston. Like, woohoo. These guys have 700 people and it's 80 degrees. Like, this is awesome. And I'm like, took a visit and was like, yep, this is for me.
Yeah. I had the same exact route as you, actually, with
Yeah.
the Division III hockey route. You know, you get there and you're playing in front of fucking parents, and it's like,
Where'd
what
you
the
play
fuck?
at?
I played at Southern Maine.
Oh, yeah. I played at Wentworth.
Oh, nice. So, Brownie, Sean Browner.
Yeah.
Nice.
I played
Yeah.
him last year.
Yeah. I live right next to him, like in
Yeah,
his town. So
He's
I
a
know
good
him.
dude.
Yeah. He's a beauty. I'll let him know you say hello.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
you probably know him better than I do at this point.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text.
Yeah. Let him know that you jumped on the pod.
I've got to have, and I have to.
Nice. Yeah. So, how many years were you at Wentworth?
Oh, just one. That was a quick one there.
Yeah. So I saw the same thing with the Kentucky crowd. I had a buddy that went there, and you see it from, the social media, and you're like, why the fuck am I playing up here in front of fucking 40 parents? Half of them are wearing fucking masks and shit.
I
What are
know,
we
it's
doing?
nuts. It's fucking nuts, dude. And especially our barn too. I mean, think there was all but one home game we didn't sell out this year, and it's just a fucking circus. Dollar
Yeah.
beers, you just see the beer towers like by the end of the second, just fucking as high as the glass, and just everyone. I mean, that's literally what I tell people. It's like playing in a fucking circus, dude. Everyone's going nuts, and like you get out there and you're just like, holy shit, like this is fucking sick.
My
Yeah.
mom came to our first game, and like I've played like in like through juniors, like And like my high school team, I went to prep school. We had sellout crowds like all the time and played in front of some sick crowds. And my mom was like, all right, whatever. Like, it can't be that crazy. Like, we played for a lot. And she was like, holy shit, this is nuts. Like, she's like, there is no way. Like, she's like calling, texting everyone in my family. Like, no, this is absurd. Like the one game we didn't sell out this year was a 9 a.m. Sunday morning game that
It's like,
still had like 350 people.
yeah, it's like
That's nuts.
nuts.
Pretty cool, man. I mean, we got 2 minutes left, but dude, this is definitely one of my favorite pods. I mean, hearing about cock hockey, it's unreal what you guys have over there.
Unbelievable. With 2 minutes left, I don't know. You were talking about the festivities after the end of the tournament. Could we dig into that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do a part two, we can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we got nothing going on. We could fucking talk for an hour on here. I mean, just the stories and shit all this year has been fucking nuts.
I think the people got to hear,
Yeah, I
what's
mean,
going on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, definitely. If you're down to do, I mean, we're down. We got nothing, man. This is fun for us.
You remember the festivities?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I don't want to get cut off here at the time, but is it just gonna reset when it hits zero?
I'll have to send you another link and shit. So, we got a little bit of hockey action. We got, the football action. I'd like to hear about, some of the school stuff, the party life, everything that South Carolina has to offer. So I'll send you another link right now. I'm gonna end it.
Sweet.
All right, see you boys.